Well, hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Chemical Engineering MIT celebration of commencement. I'd really like to welcome the graduates of 2021. Welcome and congratulations on your incredible journey to complete your MIT Chemical Engineering degree. As a group, you've shared an unusual experience, the complete and engulfing impact of a pandemic which changed the way we live and learn, influenced and impacted our means of communication and understanding, our approaches to experiencing our labs, our classrooms, and each other. But you helped us reinvent the traditional ways to connect, to learn, to contribute, and to innovate. You provided new ways of promoting community and togetherness. And in the many big and small things that you all did to help build collegiality and support amongst each other, you helped create the very definition of inclusion, even as we were physically becoming more separated. When I was an undergrad here, I spent my freshman year looking over my shoulder, wondering if I was an admissions mistake. But by my junior and senior years, I had found my love for polymer science and materials chemistry here, which led me ultimately to a job and then back to Georgia Tech for a master's and finally MIT again for a PhD. As a PhD student here, I went through a tough set of grad classes and difficult qualifying exams while coming back from working for a few years and having forgotten many of the basics in my classes. But in the end, I made it through while married and starting my family with the birth of my son, James, and became doubly inspired to continue my path to professorship. But you also each have your own unique and fascinating story, an individual path about how you got here today. Today, we celebrate and honor your stories, and we know that you finished this phase of your lives. You will be launching a new series of stories that will continue to light the world. We know that you will go on to make a difference, be it in your local community or on a global level, at technical companies that develop new products or things that may help us in health, energy, or the environment, by providing new knowledge or understanding, be it in labs or at your desktops, or by taking the next steps in your education and professional development as you continue your path. As you do this, please remember that we need your voices in our world. You bring those individual perspectives to the table wherever you go. Whatever that next step is for you, speak up. Use that voice to bring forward new ideas or to correct what you see as problematic. Speak for science and knowledge. Speak for justice and inclusion. Speak for the things that you believe in, because we know that with your MIT education, you will bring intelligence, wisdom, but also warmth and humanity to the world. Finally, a big welcome to the parents, family members, spouses, partners, and close friends who are celebrating with you. If any of you listening right now are part of that group of support, can you please unmute and make a big shout for our class of 2021 right now? All right, I'll assume you're there, even if we can't hear you. Now, there were many awards. We celebrated our official awards ceremony, but we have one additional set of recognitions that were announced after that event. The Xi chapter of Phi Beta Kappa voted to invite 3 members of the Chemie class of 2021 to membership in the society. So I would like to introduce our new Phi Beta Kappa members, Jackie Chen, James Drayton, and Dayao Zhang. Many congratulations to all 3 of you. While I'm speaking, I realize that because you're not panelists, most of you can't hear or cannot make noise. So we will make noise in our own rooms. Finally, I'd like to move things over to the next stage in our presentation. I'm really excited to introduce Carolyn Kenton. She's a graduating senior and an MIT student athlete in swimming. She's also president of the MIT chapter of AICHE, and she will now give the class of 2021 student address.
Thank you, Professor Hammond. I'm so honored to be able to speak to you today. To my classmates and professors, I'm sorry to have been constantly talking for the past 4 years, but I promise I'll keep this short. Like every graduation speech ever, I'm going to take us on a trip down memory lane. Let's start with sophomore fall. Some of you may have started your Course 10 journey a semester earlier, but if you were like me, you did not have your shit together enough to do that. Sophomore fall, the majority of us took the triple threat: 512, 560, and 1010. I don't know what you all think, but I'm pretty sure that was hazing. I think the challenge really peaked the last week of classes when we had our 1010 project, a 512 exam, and a 560 exam. I'm also still mad that there was a final project and exam in 1010, but I'm going to talk to Professor Prather about that another time. I remember sitting with Maddie and Andrea in the bunker from 12 p.m. to 7 a.m. one night. Stress doesn't even begin to explain how that felt. If you're sitting here today, you managed to not switch majors. Your prize? 213 and 301. Oh, you thought chemie was all material and energy balances? Well, enter fugacity. Since I already have my diploma, I feel comfortable saying that I have absolutely no clue what it means. Imagine the pressure of studying something that will likely never make sense to you. We enter into these complex classes as just barely adults, knowing that our future chemie careers are dependent on information that is nearly impossible to comprehend. I remember sitting in the 213 final thinking, I could sit here all day and I will never figure out these answers, which is a really great feeling after a whole semester of the class. On the grace of engineering approximations and partial credit, we make it to junior year. Everyone always talks about their junior year of college and how it's by far the hardest. I don't know about y'all, but I was terrified. As someone who was already broken down by MIT, I now find out that wasn't the worst of it. On paper, things seem easier. The only 10 class in the fall is 10302. Easy, right? But there's just something so devastating about consistently going to a class, spending 10 plus hours a week on the PSET, and studying days for a midterm only to score a 38%. Not to flex though, but that was 2% above the average. But that is heat and mass transfer. Shockingly, we all managed to not just transfer out of the whole major. Maybe we weren't good enough at mass transfer. As all high achieving students, being in classes where you consistently failed exams is a gut-wrenching feeling. Most of our identities are built around being competent, intelligent, successful. And Course 10 told us no. I remember sitting in my room at the start of junior spring, praying for a snow day, because there's no way I could deal with the work on my plate. At the time, I felt like a magician because just a day later, we got the news that spring break is now 2 weeks. Clearly, it wasn't just a 2-week break because now, a year and a half later, Massachusetts has finally reopened. If you somehow hadn't felt challenged by MIT yet, here was your chance. On top of the work, the exams, the presentations, you now had to move yourself out of campus and to wherever home was for these unprecedented times. Now everyone had to adjust to this new work from home life. But as Course 10 juniors, we had to deal with a little extra, whether it was your internship getting canceled or a 12-hour time difference or replanning your 10-2X project 4 times. All of this stress was added to the top of an inherently challenging semester. The last year has been a blur. Between the stress of COVID, political unrest, constant relocating, we also were faced with the culmination of our chemie degree, 10490. or as I like to call it, Adventures in Aspen. There's a saying I see on Facebook sometimes that if you really want to get to know someone, you should watch them use an old computer. I can do you one better. Watch them remotely access Aspen to a flow sheet that has no chance of converging. That's anger. While it may seem like I've taken the last 5 minutes to rant to you all, because I totally have, I think there's something bigger here, something that connects all of us together, and that's resilience. We have dealt with stress. We have dealt with failure. We have dealt with disappointment. Yet we are all here graduating together. Sometimes I wish things could have been easier, but I think what we have dealt with is a blessing. It is undeniable that we will face more stress and failure and disappointment in our lives, but we can all confidently leave MIT and address these situations, knowing we possess the strength to tackle them. I hope for all of our sakes, there are less PSETs and failed exams in our futures, but I know in whatever path we take, we will find success because we managed to find it here, even with challenge after challenge. I really wish we could be together today to celebrate this achievement. But I encourage you to take some time to let it sink in. Realize what we've been through and realize how much stronger it has made us. I was so scared to go to MIT because I knew it was going to be a challenge, and I genuinely didn't know if I could handle it. And now leaving MIT, I am equally scared for the real world, but there is no doubt in my mind that I'm ready to face all of the challenges. And you are too. Congrats to you all on graduating, and I'm so excited to hear about everything our class accomplishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn, for that amazing speech and for sharing your experiences. I realize that this format is a little different and we can't all hear your voices. However, we can use the chat to express ourselves. So I really encourage graduates, family, friends to type right into the chat if you want to shout out to any and everybody, because this is a day of celebration. With that, I'm really excited to introduce our graduate speaker, Hirsch Sareka, who is going to give our graduate student address. He is a part of our doctoral degree program and is now a postdoc in the Olson Lab. He'll give the graduate student address. So I'll turn things over to Hirsch.
Thanks for the introduction, Paula. Hello, everyone. My fellow graduates, congratulations, we made it. While the past 4 to 7 years have been challenging for each of us, I hope all of you will look back at our time here at MIT fondly. Whether it's because of the interesting problems you had the opportunity to solve, the friendships you forged while dragging yourself through first year, or for those of us that had to take them, cramming to pass quals, or what I will certainly remember most fondly, having the opportunity to get to know and work with so many brilliant, interesting, and passionate people. From chats at TG's to casual conversations in the halls, or even late night banter after parties, our conversations have been likely as not to turn to science, whether it was problems we were facing in lab or new, interesting, innovative ideas. We have collectively demonstrated our passion for our work, and I hope this passion persists for all of us as we move on to new endeavors. We have undoubtedly all contributed countless hours towards our research in order to be here today, learning and growing as both scientists and people along the way, and pushing ourselves to our maximum potentials. We have all achieved excellence, and I have no doubt that we will all achieve great success ahead. Having graduated during this year of uncertainty and turmoil only further proves this. The manic rush to finish experiments and write our theses would have been difficult under the best of circumstances, let alone while having to shut down our labs and not being certain when we'd be allowed to return. And then having to come back and restart them and navigate the challenges of working through the pandemic. The process of earning a PhD, or really an engineering degree in general, forges you in fire. And I think this applies even more so to our cohort. So to the class of 2021, congratulations again. Last, but certainly not least, I know many of us wouldn't have gotten here without the help and support of our families, friends, colleagues, advisors, administrators, and many, many others. So to all of you, thank you for being there when we needed you most. You helped shoulder the burden and keep us going when we were ready to give up. Thanks to my mom and dad and to everyone else. And finally, I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope we can all get together soon and celebrate in person.
Thank you so much, Hirsch. That was great. It is really wonderful to hear from our graduates as they complete their degrees, and those reflections mean an incredible amount to all of us. Now it is time to announce the graduates, and we're going to start with Barry Johnston, who is our undergraduate officer, and will read the names of the recipients of our bachelor degrees in chemical engineers. He will introduce our 2021 ChemEs.
Great pleasure to acknowledge you new Bachelors of Science. Blair A. Anaman Williams, Isa Rais Audu Basiru, Allegra J. Berger, Madeline E. Bundy, Jackie Chin, Huang T. Din, James A. Drayton, Ryan S. Dorff, Tony J. Ellion, Abigail M. Frey, Luis A. Gallegos, Catherine M. Hahn, Liam K. Herndon, Asia J. Hipsher, Connor G. Jones, Caroline E. Kenton, Vanessa Kitova, Abba Peglow, Justin Leal, Eveline S. Maynor, Matthew D. Medina, Evelyn Sophia Navarro Salazar, Benjamin Nguyen, Adunalua O. Obiseson, Andrea O. Arji, Danielle Joy A. Rodriguez, Anderson T. Tran, Awele B. Uwagu, Vincent V. Vasquez, Zachary Villaverde, Stefan Wan, Allison B. Wang, Daiyao Zhang. Congratulations to you all. I've certainly enjoyed my association with you over the past years.
Thank you so much, Barry, and congratulations to our bachelor's degree recipients. We are so proud of you. Now we are going to introduce our Masters of Science in Chemical Engineering practice. The first is Abdulrahman Al-Masham, Ketchen Chen, Yujun Chen, Lauren Clark, Vishnu Dharmaraj, Ashna Dhingra, Taigyu Zhu, Nikafar Lazuski, Alexander Justin McCarthy, Aaron Nuchan Nguyen, Grace Helen Noel, Zayla Dean Schaefer, Siddharth Ashwani Kumar Sharma, Kevin A. Speakerman, Krishna Srinivas, Deepak Adarsh Subramaniam, Alexander Zhuyan Wu. Zhen Yang. Congratulations to all of our recipients of the MSCEP. Let's go practice school. Now, I'm going to introduce our graduate officer, Pat Doyle, who will give us our recipients of the PhD.
Thank you, Paula. I'd like to start by extending my congratulations to all of our graduating chemical engineering students and wishing you your best wishes for the future. I'm actually going to start with announcing our students who are receiving a Master's of Science in Chemical Engineering degree. We have Long Bin Pan and Amber Phillips. Congratulations to you both. Now I'll move to introducing our students graduating with a Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering. We have Antonio Eric Barbarillo, Tapanwit Chaiwat Tananandam, Thomas Charles Close, Jonathan Chu, Kimberly Din, Wen Tao Dong, Daniela Espinosa Hoyos, Dimitrios Tragadakasis, Terry Gani, Ryan Gillis, Junli Hao, Yanpu He, Moon Sun Hong, Yamini Krishnan, Nikifar Lazuki, McLean Evan Leonard, Saixiang Lin, Nian Lu, Tianxiang Lu, Andrew John Maloney, Michael McEldrew, Kiwi Kian, Tedrick Liu, Natasha Silam, Krishna Srinivas, Beatrice So, Hirsch Sharika, Zhenshu Wang, Albert Wu, Helen Yao, and Emma Yi. A hearty congratulations to you all. I've really greatly enjoyed interacting with you as the graduate officer in the department and wish you best wishes for the future.
Thank you, Pat. And I'd like to also congratulate all of our graduates. We are incredibly proud of all of you, and we're looking forward to what you're going to do next. Now I'd like to introduce a video that has been put together for the graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations to everyone graduating this year.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
I am so thrilled to be able to congratulate you, our newest graduates, the class of 2021.
You join the ranks of chemical engineering leaders, thought leaders, and inventors. We welcome you to the fold.
I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations on your accomplishments.
You have demonstrated resilience, commitment, and energy with great success.
I celebrate your success in getting through a challenging year. You have passed with flying colors.
Congratulations on your terrific accomplishments, which mean even more because you are also faced with the crisis of a global pandemic.
It's really a great pleasure to see you graduating at what is now hopefully an optimistic time going forward at the end of the pandemic. You've suffered a lot and persevered through a really difficult time.
You did it.
You made it through the most challenging of years, but you survived. In fact, you thrived.
You've certainly overcome a lot of adversity to get here, and that grit is going to serve you well as you go forth.
You're the class of 2021. What does it mean to have 2021 vision? You have almost perfect visual acuity. So I would like to think that you have special vision or insight, and we're going to need that. There's lots of problems in the world that chemical engineers are poised to solve, from climate change to viruses that affect the entire globe.
Making medicines more accessible to those that don't have them, to clean energy and clean water, to accessible foods.
Challenges like clean energy and climate change, food and material, sustainability, healthcare and new materials, all can be advanced thanks to your intelligence, creativity, know-how, and ability to collaborate successfully.
I want to offer thanks and congratulations with a wish that you will continue your success in addressing and solving society's important problems. Congratulations.
As faculty, it's been sad for us that we couldn't interact with you more, and we would like to continue to stay in touch and wish you all the best in your next endeavors.
You are resilient, you are talented, you are wonderful, and we're so glad to count you now as our alums.
We look forward to hearing all the great things you accomplish in your next chapters.
As you go out in the world, remember that the world needs each of your unique views and contributions.
We know you're going to do wonderful things in the world. We know you're going to take these experiences and use them to do your part to make the world a better place.
We're really excited to see what you can do with your futures. And in the words of Neil Gaiman, the old rules are crumbling and nobody knows what those new rules are. So make up your own rules.
Go out and conquer. The world will be a better place with you engaging in it.
May the next chapter of your journey improve the world and make your life a happy one.
Well, seniors, let me give you just a bit of advice. First of all, don't get to believing your models too much in your work. Even so, I'd like you to always remember to calculate everything that you can. When you're searching for new things, remember that 6 months in the laboratory can save you that hour in the library. And finally, pipe and tube are different. All the best to you. Do really well.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today as we celebrate our graduates. The celebrations go on even as this Zoom ends. We're with you in heart and spirit, and we look forward to having you as our alums. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.